What is going on, guys? Welcome to another video. It's been quite a while since I made one. There's been quite a lot of changes since I've uploaded those last few videos. So a lot of career changes and things like that. So just time management is becoming a skill I'm gonna have to develop. So we're back with our usual program. It's Mondays. We're doing deadlifts and leg stuff. So let's get started here. Still cutting, still losing weight at a consistent rate. You'll see me looking a little bit leaner here, and essentially, we're just powering through. We're just letting this thing go. I took a look at my graph of my weight loss for the last few months, and it's a pretty consistent trajectory downwards. So pretty happy with that, and we've lost some strength, but not a lot. So still pushing through. So deadlifts, we're powering through here. Warm ups. It's a Monday, coming off of that Sunday off, eating pretty good. So this is actually a week before that I'm now doing the voiceover for. So I'm going to do that just so I can kind of keep tabs on the videos that I'm putting up, and just so I have content and don't run out when I end up deloading and stuff like that. So, we're just taking our time here. We're just um, making sure that everything's locked in and checked. So you're going to see me here trying to, get all pretty here for the lift, but just trying to focus on that upper back tightness. You're going to see it looks like my back is rounding, but that's just the structure of my spine there. And it's all about just getting power off the floor and finishing that lockout. So I'm pretty happy with this. I actually learned that technique from Jamal Bronner. I don't know if you guys know who that is. Probably the best deadlifter in the world right now. Um, Insane power off the floor sumo, but I noticed he kind of did this his sumo, and I've had trouble staying tight in my upper back when I'm deadlifting. So I've been watching some of his techniques, and it really does work for me. So you're gonna see here, I'm gonna do kind of like a little shrug just to kind of get in position, and you'll see that upper back is tight, and just come off the floor with it. So 450 for sets of 5 here, moving pretty smooth. Whenever I tend to film from this angle, it tends to look a lot easier than it felt, so to speak. So I'm still having trouble with the belt, just trying to figure out where I want to be though. But as my body's recapping, just letting it do its thing, I'd like to be more over mid core instead of like further high up on the torso. But I found that allows me to get tighter and get down to the bottom. So yeah, definitely got to work on that. Um, these sets were not the greatest. This is coming off a deload, so as you know, my Hell Week tends to suck. I tend to take a few days to get into my groove, and you're going to definitely see it here. So I'll actually cut back on some of these sets and just do few less reps. Just, I got my 5 at the first set, and that's really all that matters. So nutrition wasn't really on point this week. Should have, decided to further watch that, but did what we got to do. Moving on, getting the reps under, and you're going to see in our video later in the week, I actually did perform a little bit better, felt a little bit more comfortable, did some number adjustment with my program. Bench and OHB are, not doing too well right now, so decided to reset that and figure that out. So I'm also reintroducing front squats here. I am self-proclaimed the worst squatter in the world right now, though, so I'm just doing whatever I can to focus on that. This is only 210 pounds. I haven't done these in a while, so I was doing the belt squat, but there's just so many ways to get um, leverage advantage on that thing. I wanted to go back to front squat. So these don't look too bad to be honest, but it's the ankle flexibility that I'm working on, and then also the technique I mentioned earlier with the upper back, trying to work on that. So the deal. Part 2. This is our Tuesday workout. Upper body, chest, shoulders, triceps, the one bunch here. So definitely something that I have to work on to kind of get better at. It's going to be a little bit of a struggle for me to remedy that. So essentially, just trying to focus on technique, kind of use that same technique to get set up here on bench. And this bench is a lot more narrow than I wish it would be, but this isn't that heavy. Moving pretty decently. As long as I can find my groove on bench, it tend to do okay. So happy about that. You'll see me here really driving those lats, getting nice and tight, and trying to find a base. I gotta really work on my timing on this. Pulling that bar out a little bit further down my body, so to speak. So most people tend to bench on the nipple area. I feel like I need to go a little bit lower just because I have a really short torso and relatively long arms. So to me, I gotta kind of compensate for that just because off that pause, I can really feel it. So I'm also kind of walking those feet back, not really to get an arch because I don't think I'm capable of doing that, but mostly just to get my feet further under so I can get more leg drive naturally. So 285 set of 5, and this is a struggle city. I was actually supposed to hit 280 on this program, but I said, F it, let's throw on the 2.5 kgs there, and that's what happened. So decided to stick with the number, and kind of the same thing that happened the day before, which you just saw with deadlifts. Just cut my reps a little bit and just kind of got, um, you know, what I needed out of these lifts. As soon as I felt that the last rep would be just incredibly hard, I just said, you know what, let's just call it there. So I think I got 3 on each of the. I'm gonna just call them back offsets, even though they were supposed to be a set of 5. But learn my lesson. Don't jump that. Bench is just something I'm gonna have to work back up to and kind of factor in more calories and things like that. So OHP used to be my favorite lift, but is also now struggle. So you can see how slow these 155 OHPs are moving. I am putting my thumb on the bar now. I was doing a suicide kind of grip, like a clean grip, and I was pulling a trap every other workout. So I sacrificed some speed, but I'm able to further engage my upper back and stay tighter. That bar would tend to roll in my wrist when I was pressing, and that would um, over exaggerate the movement and put a lot of stress on the trap. Pulling and stuff, putting it in range of motion it's not used to. So decided to incline bench as usual. As programmed, 85. I kind of I overshot it again here too. I really wanted 20, only got 13. Should have known from the earlier sets on bench no HP that today was just more of an acclimation day. Hit my numbers, be super conservative, which we'll see later in the week. Just kind of go from there. So did what I needed to do here. Felt like what this is not going to be 20. This is going to be 13. So not too good, but I'll use that number to calculate for next week, and can always readjust. It's the thing with these rep maxes, you can kind of gauge based off of how you perform. So heavier, lighter, things like that. So Arnold press here. I'm actually doing less wrist wrap just because I feel like it's kind of a crutch, and I need to really get better at engaging the forearm, keeping the wrist stabilized. But I have really small hands for my body, and the rotation just kind of messes it up. But I actually really like this exercise just for overall shoulder mobility, getting a little bit extra there instead of just a standard shoulder press. So, and the contraction is pretty cool too. And also, once you get in your groove, it feels pretty good. So. Flies as usual. These I'm going to have to do some remedy on. I think I've got some tightness in my pec I need to work on. Been watching a couple of mobility videos. So on top of the pec, I've also got tight ankles that I need to work on. And so I'm just, overall trying to be more efficient at what I'm doing. I know that I can't blast through the weights I can when I was 30 pounds heavier. So as we get leaner and leaner, it's going to, be a little bit more evident in that. You're going to see that it's going to be more down to technique, less than, just generating an absurd amount of force. So it's doing what I need to do, trying to not deviate as much from anything that I was doing when I was heavier, just to kind of maintain that strength and then just let the caloric deficit and cardio kind of do its thing. So overall, this is me picking. This is what I call picking up spares. I know some people do rest pause training. I prefer picking up spares, just because you can do as many mini sets within a set that you need to get your reps. I would recommend, if you're going to do this, you're going to have to tamper down on your next few sets. You're going to be incredibly drained and nowhere near optimal for whatever your set was. So um, another exercise here, I did a bunch. You're going to see in the end of the video, I've got the whole thing set up. But seated shoulder raises here, lateral raises. I usually do these standing on cable on shoulder day, and then I just, for variation, I just do this here just to kind of control it and not get as much electric. So, you know the drill. We're working out. We're eating pretty well. I'm probably going to update my diet pretty soon, but I haven't really changed it much. So, keep watching. The workout's going to go up next, so take a look at it, see what I did. Keep following along. We're going to keep cutting. We're going to make the greatest transformation of all time. Thanks for watching.